Warning, these will be the thoughts of us and our featured guests. Please do not judge us.
Nowadays, life is intertwined with technology. Let's figure it out. Welcome to Life, Tech, and Sundry. Previously on Life, Tech, and Sundry.
Like to revisit, but if it's somewhere I haven't visited yet that I would like to go, it would probably be somewhere in Europe, whether it be like south of France or somewhere like Italy or maybe even London, and a place that maybe not many people know, maybe not that they don't know about, but that I would like to go in Europe is Luxembourg. So that's somewhere I would like to go.
Isn't Luxembourg in Egypt?
No.
Okay.
It's in Europe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Luxor.
Luxor? Yes, sir. Luxor.
My bad.
No, you're good, bro. But that's just personally where I would like to go visit. But I don't know what you guys think, or do you think that prices are going to be higher, lower, or would you take this type of advice if you were planning to go on the trip sometime in the future, maybe after school or after college?
After school special, if you will.
Yeah, or just it's time for vacay. Let's go somewhere.
I'll give it to Mr. J and Jason. Let's see. Whoever wants to go first, I'll go last.
And now, back to the show.
I'll give it right back to Marcos.
I'll pass it back to Jason.
Alley-oop.
Miss me.
All right, thanks for the pass. I guess I'm gonna slam dunk this now.
Go.
I actually do believe that. Well, first off, it's important to point out that people are still traveling today. I have many people back home that I have still following their Facebooks
That's
or
a
not,
fact.
and their Snapchat. They're the majority of them in Florida right now, so nothing's really stopping them. And if you're going to Florida during a pandemic, that especially at these times, I'm not sure if that's the greatest idea with how packed they have been for spring break and all that. So people are still traveling right now, pandemic or not. So the people who want to travel are still going to travel no matter what. I do believe though, it's going to be more expensive because travel right now with the pandemic, these airline companies are kind of struggling or were at the beginning. So at first, it's kind of cheaper, I think, to go through to another place
In the US or the world?
in the world, because it's no one's going. They're not booking fares because of COVID, or is to the amount that was before. So I do believe after this pandemic is lifted, since there's going to be such a high demand to be going to other parts of the world, especially if there's people who want to visit their family in other parts of the world, those airline companies know they're going to have a lot of demand, and they're going to be able to use that to justify them price gouging people to go travel, because it's well, we literally were inside of our houses for by now it's already over a month, so we're going to desperately want to get out of here. So they know that. They're going to probably take advantage of that, and then they're going to try to charge me double what it took than when I went to Honduras this January. So I'm going to have to save up a little bit more if I want to go to another part of the world.
How was your trip, by the way?
It was interesting. It was actually my third time going there ever, but it was the second time I actually remember something, because the first time was when I was 3, and the next time wasn't until I was 15. So by the time I was 15, yeah, I know. By the time I was 15 to when I went last January, I mean of 2021, January 2021,
Right.
it was quite a different experience, with COVID and all that. I didn't really get to see, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I really didn't get to see as much as my family members as I did back then, because we didn't really want to be exposing ourselves all around to all the people we knew. Over there they take COVID very seriously, where literally in every store you go to, they have an armed guard with an assault rifle or a heavy duty shotgun, but they had that before pandemic. But now they're the same guys. They're
in South America.
yeah, well, I literally saw those guys starting a chicken shop, so that says a lot. A fried chicken shop.
Going in strapped, they gotta be strapped too.
Of course, yeah, you gotta protect the chicken. The pollo? No.
Right.
It's too delicious. That's the problem. But yeah. So they were the people in every single place. Literally, they were the ones administrating those temperature tests with that little temperature gun. Every single place. It was even in the malls too. The entrance of the mall, not even going into individual stores. The entrance of the mall had a guard that was checking your temperature to make sure you're fine to go in. So they're
Did you
quite
find a lot of
strict.
stores or places closed?
Well, there wasn't really much any of the places that you can have a lot of public gatherings that were open. So other than the restaurants, the movie theaters, the I guess the discos, because they have a lot of discotecas ahí. all that stuff, it was like primarily closed down. It was literally just stores and restaurants. Yeah, exactly.
Essential places are open, right?
Yeah, they don't really have like that much like COVID freedom like we do. But I do believe this country is a little more yee when we go into terms of like, oh, they're trying to take away my freedom, so I will put everyone else at risk to maintain my freedom, quote unquote.
Hindering everyone else's freedom.
Exactly, but a lot of people don't seem to understand that. Since for some reason we seem to like tolerate it in a certain degree, that kind of stuff you see more problems arise over here, while over there they're actually like, okay, if you mess with this pandemic and try to like put other people in harm, we're not going to go lightly on you. So they're taking it much more seriously. But then again, it's like they're not really like doing well economically, so it's not like everyone's doing like fun. They're still suffering. Like they have economical like impact that we've all been going through, but to much a greater extent. So yeah,
so they're risking it for the biscuit, basically.
And when you were there,
exactly.
When you were there, were there a lot of news broadcasts about how many people were being hospitalized and all those things, or was that not public?
From what my knowledge, I didn't really see much of that, but that could just be because I wasn't watching too much TV. I was more focused on spending time with my family. But whenever I did watch TV and they did have the news, I really didn't see that. But like I said, I didn't look at the TV frequently. I can probably count the amount of times I watched the TV on my fingers when I was over there. Because, you know, Honduras is a very beautiful country. You know, it would be a shame to just go there not taking all like the landscape and all like the beauty of it. So right. I did my best to do that. Yeah. But I would, even though it was a different experience than when I was 15, I would have still went again knowing how it did turn out, because it was just very nice to like be reconnected with my family that are obviously I don't get to see very much often since we're living in a whole other like, part of the world. So it was just nice to spend time with them, you know, especially when you're locked in your apartment the majority of the time.
Wait, you went this January? 2020?
Yeah, 2021.
I thought you went 2019.
No, I said 2021. That's why I was saying they were taking temperatures and all that.
Yeah, right. I was like during 2019. They were. I mean, early 2020. That's what I thought.
No. If it was 2019 January.
My bad. Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't have done that. I got my date wrong.
Even 2020.
I was thinking about 2020.
Even 2020, COVID didn't really hit us all until like March, and then we're like, okay, I guess we're gonna take it seriously. Right. But yeah, no, I actually went 2021, so this was very pandemic-wise into it. Yeah, exactly. But you know, it was still an enjoyable experience, and I would do it again.
My question is now, is there going to be an increase, push towards road trips more than anything else?
I think yes, just because off the bat last year people were buying vans and doing the van life. That just blew up, and you can, and one way you can figure that out or see that to be, you know, a certainty or something that's real, is just go on YouTube and see how many channels pop up about living the van life.
The guy from Jackass, what's his name? Steve-O. He would do his thing. He even has a podcast that he would travel.
Oh yeah.
And do a podcast from different places in his RV.
Oh cool.
He called it the Bebop.
Now that's awesome. So yeah, I mean, to Jason's point, like going to the motherland and not experiencing the natural beauty, which is Honduras, and obviously the frosting or the icing on top, the cherry on top would be, you know, family, because that's essentially what you want to go visit, the people you want to go visit because you love them, right? You care about them very much, and you're gonna put yourself in harm's way by getting on a plane, traveling over there, walking through whatever situation is there to get there, enjoy, and then come back and do it all again. I agree with Jason in that sense. If I had to travel, I would do it in a heartbeat. I don't care about COVID like that.
Now, what if they said the specific rules? You need to do blah 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 or quarantine. You would still be willing to quarantine?
I mean,
you did. That doesn't matter to end the question, right?
Yeah. For me, bro, like quarantine to me is like, yeah, you're gonna have to stay put. Some countries are a lot more strict than others. I mean, you're gonna go to a place where financially, like Jason's point, they're not in the best financial place. They're gonna do whatever they have to get money and, you know, revenue going into their business. So if that means, you know, opening up their shop and selling to people, to clients, they're gonna try to do that because they need to feed themselves. Basically, they got to pay bills. So I mean, some people see it as put people in harm's way. Other people say, yeah, people just look at you like, you're crazy. I need to feed my family. I mean, there's people here in the United States that think of it that way. So again, not every country has, I guess, that situation where they can just print money and give it to their people.
They can print money, but there's consequences.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But I mean, again, because the United States has the world reserve currency, they think they can get away with it.
Yeah.
So
unfortunately.
again, we'll see how it pans out in the future, and maybe in a couple months or so. But Josue, what did you think about the article, bro?
I forgot.
Bruv, I got you real quick. Just really quick, the title is "The Cheapest Places to Travel for Each Month of the Year."
Oh yeah, I remember. Yes. I mean,
Would you?
because if I remember correctly, they mentioned to say don't go during like the cherry blossom time because it's more expensive. They did say that they were opting for or suggesting you go wintertime because the flights are cheaper, the fare is cheaper to get there, and most likely you might have less people going during the winter season, opposed to the cherry blossom season. But I wanna see the sakura.
Big facts, bro. Big snacks.
I wanna go in with my big bento box.
Absolutely.
Sir, that's luggage, not money.
Yo, so Josue, would you be opposed to wearing, like, if you're gonna go for sakura season, and see the hanami, right? You're gonna have hanami season. Are you opposed to wearing a yukata and
Not
going?
for girls though.
No, kimono.
Oh, that's kimono, yeah. But no,
So,
yeah, I don't know. I don't think
Wear
so.
nice yukata, have a nice
Yeah,
young lady with a kimono next to you.
It's wooden.
I'll just go with my sweatpants and t-shirt. And
Oh man, that's dope, bro.
but I did hear like it's very
Keep it-
expensive to rent them.
No, you can just buy one. No, I'm lying, bro.
I remember,
or you could just wrap yourself in a sheet from the hotel.
Greek style.
No,
Greek
but
style.
I remember from Mr. Connor from Trash Take. He did a video where this guy went and rented a yukata, and he remember him saying like there's not many options. There's like very few.
Okay.
It was pretty expensive. Not expensive as the kimono, but it's still pretty expensive to rent, even for the day that he had it with.
Do you remember the price range?
He didn't mention it.
Oh,
He just said it was pretty expensive for what it was worth.
Huh. Interesting.
And then because like the next part was him explaining, it's like, but the kimono, oh, they had options for days.
Good lord. Yeah, I imagine they did.
And
what
he
you're
went,
saying
he went with
is that
with a friend of his who's like a cosplayer.
Yes.
She had options. I'm like, dang, that's
Okay. Okay.
So what you're saying is that there's a shot to make more yukatas for guys.
I mean,
Oh.
wouldn't.
I see the gears like turning on my man's head. He's trying to make a business right now. he's trying to sell yukatas out
That's why
there.
I was like stroking my
But
beard.
nah. But I think like I said, me, my t-shirt, some sweatpants,
Right.
maybe
Some comfy
Yeezys,
shoes. The Yeezys. Oh my goodness.
and just like I
least
said,
make
a
it with
big bento
flip-flops.
box.
Nice
Your
bento.
bento box tied at your back.
Exactly.
Sir,
My-
that's a refrigerator.
No,
it's a
this is
bento
my demon sister.
What?
Sister,
box. And you just hear, "Get me out of here!" Boom, boom, boom. Something
basically.
That's dope. I like that idea, man. So you would prefer going for April, like around March,
I mean,
April?
definitely to experience because I've never experienced it.
No, definitely. Yeah, of course.
Maybe afterwards, then yeah, I wouldn't mind going in winter.
Just to save a little bit of money, maybe, or
Yeah.
just to see the I guess to experience wintertime over there. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's pretty bitterly cold, like it is
I'll
here
be
in
like,
New
I'm
York.
gonna wear my tits.
Oh yeah, definitely full effect New York. Get your Timbs on, you know.
His jacket
Even
is
in
nice.
Japan, I
and-
still
That nice
rock
North
my
Face, some
Yup.
Timbs.
No, that
A
jacket
hoodie.
looks like a blanket on him. Like you just wrapped a blanket on him because it's that thick.
Oh
It's
man.
that thick.
It's awesome. Remember when we went to the dam? I'm like, damn, this jacket
Damn.
is nice and comfy.
Oh, the one I had?
The gray
puffy one?
The puffy one. Puffy
Yeah.
one. I like it.
So, but Josue, is there any other country you would want to visit? Like,
Apart from that, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, depending on, would that entice you more or less if you knew that you were gonna get a better deal? I guess you can say, opposed to
South Korea.
paying
North
maybe
Korea
South
would be
Korea.
nice.
North Korea, you said.
No, South Korea. I guess,
South Korea. Seoul? Would you like to go to Seoul, the capital city?
yeah, I wouldn't mind.
That's
I would go
dope,
there,
man.
get
They
some
say it's
KFC.
cheaper than Japan. Really?
I don't know. When I went,
You got
to
there's only
Japan,
one way to
like,
figure it out.
South Korea?
I mean, I wouldn't have been opposed to like just like being in Tokyo for a couple of days, for a week or so, and then just hopping on a plane, going for another week to South Korea, and then going back to Japan, just because it's pretty close. Like it compared to, I think
From
the-
here too.
yeah, from here to like Mexico's five hours, I think, give or take. I think it's roughly the same amount of time from South Korea to Tokyo, Japan, if I'm not mistaken.
Haneda?
Yeah. To not
You
even
have like a
Alameda.
month to travel Asia.
Yeah, Southeast Asia, I hear, is pretty dope. So, I mean, that might be something I would like to do. But again, Europe is also a nice.
Yeah.
China's an option.
I wouldn't want to go to China, though. Like, maybe Hong Kong, maybe. Maybe Macau, but not mainland China, per se. Maybe if I knew somebody. Like, which I do, and they've offered me to go. But I'm holding off until, I don't know, maybe things are a little less communist. Let's just say that.
A little less communist, he says.
Yes.
I
A little
understand.
bit this, a little bit that.
You know, but South Korea definitely. Maybe you want to go to Vietnam. Maybe you want to go to Singapore, Malaysia.
Singapore sounds interesting.
Yeah. You want to go to Kuala Lumpur. You know what I'm saying?
Philippines. Actually, no, I
Philippines.
heard
Australia.
okay things from the
Oh, yeah?
Philippines. Yeah.
Vietnam,
Really?
Taiwan,
All the ones.
all the
All the
wons.
ones.
The money from South Korea is called won.
Oh.
So yeah,
You know what
definitely.
interests me? What I'd like to do?
Where would you like to go, Mr. Marcos?
It's not where, but how.
Oh, but I'd say when.
But how I'd like to go. I'd like to go on the
In a
train.
rocket
First
ship?
class?
The train.
Oh, first class sounds amazing.
Oh,
I'd like to go on the train or even
Am-
walking.
Amtrak.
Maybe all of the U.S. in
Would you
train. Or
do?
maybe walk around.
You would want to walk from here to California, or like in the states in between?
Do a walkabout from here to in between all 50 states. Not do
So what about that? What I mentioned, I think a couple.
we talked about it, right?
If we were to go to Canada and just take the Bronx River Parkway, that little trail,
Where's my wallet? I have my, I have my
yeah.
passport
and just
with
bike it from Canada all the way down to the Bronx on
Just-
that nice little
just
roadway.
cruise on,
I can hear Jason's mind being blown.
How'd you know?
How long would it take? I think
That's for like a
Josue
week or
did
two.
right on a bike. How many
I think
days?
it's like a week or two.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Like at night, we would just go to
Camp.
a Holiday
we
Inn.
need to have a no.
No,
camp.
hell, I ain't camping out, baby.
Yeah, we have our tents and just sleep on the side of the road.
Okay, bro. I
With our-
mean,
with our I was there. Our body
body armor, so we don't get
armor.
shot.
yeah, with our strap.
Come get some.
With our strap.
Get a little Duke Nukem on you.
No, you can just go sleep. Sleep. On
Sleep
the
with
tent.
Bear. Yeah, Yogi. I hear he's friendly.
I'm sorry, Yogi. You're gonna meet
He could be a steak.
my best of friend, though. The
My
judge.
Best of friend.
The
Yes,
judge.
sir.
Oh,
The Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yo, but so for me personally, if we were to do that, I would definitely love to get like a Holiday Inn hotel, stay there the night, and then crack of dawn, just get out, get on the bike, and keep going.
I'd rather go like that.
I
but
wouldn't want to
but
do the.
tent-
I wouldn't want to do the camping out.
Why not?
Me personally, not that I don't like the outdoors. I just
You-
wouldn't want to.
You
I
have a
need,
non-negotiable.
my non-negotiable would be I need a bed to rest on, so I can actually be, for me personally, to give up my to be optimal in enjoying my trip.
Hmm.
I wouldn't want to like get up and be like, "Ow, I think I slept on a rock for 6 hours or whatever."
You slept on the floor, I think, right?
Of course, bro. Yeah, camping. I've been camping. I go
Yeah.
camping almost every summer.
But camping.
Camping outside in the tent.
Like, yeah.
Like fire. I have to
Let
go.
go.
Yeah, we make the actual fire.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
cooking outside.
But yeah, I mean.
no
And that's
electrical.
why you wouldn't want to do it on a road trip.
Yeah, no, because I do it for a weekend, bro. And in the weekend, you're roughing,
But that's 2 days.
air quotations. I'm roughing it
That's
because
2 days, yeah, a week or.
you
a
you
month.
imagine doing it for a week, bro. Like me personally, I enjoy it
Yeah.
for 2 days for a weekend, but thinking about doing it for a week personally, not my cup of tea.
I've budgeted out from here, walking all the way to Mexico.
Because even then, bro, do you think you would find suitable camping areas?
and
along-
that's part of the adventure.
Again, suitable as in, do they give you permission?
Oh, that's an adventure.
You're gonna be sleeping in a park, in a public park, or like on the side of the road. Like you're really gonna bum it.
I'm gonna bum it on the side in Detroit, like, hey, next another one, what's up? And I'm just gonna sleep.
I mean, mind you, bro, it's like on the side of the road in Boston, bro.
Wait, I'm starting from New York.
Again, once you get down to like
What?
city parts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Detroit. No, I know. But yeah, I've been planning to do that. Like, we could probably walking, not bicycling. Probably walk 20 miles all the way a day. Make it in 3 months to Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, personally,
way to
it takes me
Puebla.
3 days and a half to drive from New York down to Puebla.
Florida.
No, to Puebla.
18 hours, yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, what I'm
18
saying-
hours to Florida?
Yeah, maybe 11 if you're flooring it. Yeah.
I don't know. I think we have to, fact check that with Google Maps, bro.
Yeah.
But it takes me
Yeah.
3 days and a half to get all the way to Puebla, from New York to Puebla.
Yeah.
And that,
But
mind
I
you,
want to walk that.
Okay, let's,
bro, I mean,
let's-
we're not
let's,
in the 1500s. Well, we gotta
Let's-
walk in no
let's,
more.
uh,
So
Let's
first,
move into the what they call it.
oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so yeah, so
That was my two points for the podcast. I appreciate you guys listening.
Yeah.
But you guys want to do the anime segment now?
Oh no, Marcos is
share thoughts.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So here we go. Android has potential to install a plethora of OS. Not only is this possible, but highly encouraged, thanks to third-party support and large community bases that have acted upon a demand to a market of smartphones unsupported by their company's updating services. Android phones have had this feature that I find beautiful and empowering, but I, as a fellow user, consider myself a pleb, an individual that has only touched the surface of what it can offer. I tip my hat to all you adventurers and programmers of all these operating systems. You know, that thing. Now, these are the 7 popular operating systems for as of February of 2021. And I linked the webpage, but for me, the ones that, you know, caught my eye, if you will, you can tell that how popular Google's operating system is with Pixel, right? Guess which one's number 1? Pixel Experience. Mr. J, do you think you could give a one sentence highlight of what the Pixel Experience operating system is?
no, because I've never used it.
No, like a one sentence blurb, like that you can look up with the link. With the link, yeah.
With the link. What link?
Yeah.
Be born?
Yeah. In the Be Born. Number 1.
You wanted to read it?
Just like one sentence or the highlight of that sentence.
I mean, this is the best custom ROM for Android right now. I can draw 3 reasons for that. First, supports a huge number of devices. Second, brings pixel features to non-pixel features. It has amazing stability, and I've tested for this for years.
Okay.
But I mean, it's basically just like having a pixel phone in your
And what's a
Yeah.
ROM?
a ROM.
R-O-M.
Run.
Oh,
You just run.
okay. And what's
It's
huh?
Oh wait, really?
What?
Is that what you mean? Wait, I'm out of. Let me check if it's actually that. Because if it is, so they're saying it's read-only memory, but I don't know if that's the case for this. It could be, yeah, it could be that. So read-only memory.
Okay. And number 2 is the Lineage OS. Turns out that's number 2 because of then a lot of these operating systems are very descriptive. Even though they're one word, they're very descriptive of the style that they're trying to go for. Hit us with a highlight, please, of Lineage OS, Mr. J.
Yes, it's a Lineage. It is the same custom ROM that started as CyanogenMod, but they discontinued it.
What?
And so
Okay.
the community decided to keep it alive, but renamed it to Lineage. This is built off of Google's AOSP code, and adding their own custom code to it. Lineage OS works as a standalone ROM, as well as the source code for many other custom ROMs out there. It has the biggest developer team name under its name and officially supports over 190 devices.
When they say
Yeah.
support, does it mean security patches?
What?
When they say support, does that involve security patches for all of these?
I hope so.
Yeah. Okay, so number 3, Evolution X, or 10 maybe.
Do you like it?
Yes, please. May you give us
Did you like it?
the one
Oh,
sentence?
you do it. This one.
I'm reading off the list. That's why I was requesting the.
Oh, I was gonna say you do this one real quick. But okay. If I were to describe Evolution X, I would say it is the stable version of this ROM from yesteryear. It is because of the plethora customization features it offers, and it does whatever without any loss of stability of the ROM. Merges various. Yeah. Wait, but Marcos,
Yes.
now I'm reading all this. These aren't OSs.
Then what's Corvus
They're-
OS?
They're just like a theme.
That's the skin.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had.
They're not like so these aren't exactly operating systems. These are just like
skins
Yeah,
of
they're
how,
customizations that are added on top of the OS.
let's say, Oxygen OS. You can put any of these, but it would still be running on Oxygen at the end of the day.
Yeah, but like even Oxygen is just a skin because they're all developed under the our Android just backbone code, whatever they use. Because they have to follow that specific what's it called, that rule. They have to use that.
So,
But they don't have to follow like for example, if you bought a new Samsung phone, you have to use the same. It doesn't run on the same Samsung OS that they use. It's used to like make it on a custom one, make it either like much more efficient. But it's not the same as the Samsung though. Of course, they're all Android, but you're not saying that like, oh, if I got Samsung Galaxy and I flash one of these other ROMs onto that, you're saying that it's still running on that Samsung OS in the back? Because
No,
it's supposed to not do that. Yeah, no, it doesn't do that. It just makes it go on a new OS
Like,
system.
even the One OS is still just like based off of Android.
Oh yeah, they're all based
All
off
these
of Android,
are.
of course. Yeah.
But are these? Would you consider these like operating systems?
Well, some of them do stuff in the background, so
Yeah.
they worked the kinks that a phone might face with one operating system and make it much more faster and efficient usually. So with that, since it's not just doing stuff on the front end, it's also doing stuff on the back end of the phone, and maybe then I would consider it, because obviously Android is like the thing you base it off of, but like not all Androids are the same, you know. So
Yeah.
they're all different, but it's like, I don't know, it's the same thing with Linux. They're all like, there's many different operating systems for Linux.
Yeah.
They're all running based off of
GUIs, if you
Linux,
will.
but yeah.
so
So
these are GUIs in a sense.
They're not GUIs.
it's not too like, I don't think it's too like made from the ground up to be considered a GUI. Depends. It really depends. I'm sure you could do that, but the majority on these lists, I'm sure they're not like that, where they're too sophisticated, where they're literally built from the ground up.
They're
No,
really built different.
built different. Stay
Little
different.
different.
What about the Curvis OS, Mr. J?
Which one?
Curvis,
I lost track of it.
number 4. Quack, quack.
It has a built on foundations of 30 unicorns. It has many features ported right from there. Among the main features, it supports various game-centric kernels such as Hydra kernel, Ryzen kernel, and more. You'll be able to play games for a much longer time without your device getting hot beyond normal limits. So yeah.
Okay, Revenge OS.
Oh wait, you want to list all of them?
No, I just said 7, but that's why I said Revenge OS.
Wait. I think we can just cap it at the 4 because there's like
Cap,
paragraphs.
cap. Just one sentence of each, like the highlight. Like you did this one like that, like the first sentence.
The Revenge is. Well, according to this, it just makes it. So it's basically a lighter weight version of most of these.
What?
Yeah, it says to keep the system lightweight and clutter free. So it doesn't have like. Because some of these are designed differently, like visually.
Mhm.
This one, it says that it's very minimalistic. Like, even has pictures. There's like almost no icons on it.
Is it
But
all
the-
like a AMD style or what's the black box? What's the name of that? CMD, command prompt.
Which one?
Like
The terminal?
Yeah,
No.
like a terminal.
No, it's not like that. It's just like minimalistic. Like, it's, you see the time here, sometimes the weather, but that's it. There's not like any crazy add-ons. Like the Corvus is made literally
For games,
to,
yeah.
I guess, monitor your phone better when you're playing games.
What about Havoc? Hit me with the Havoc.
I was gonna say we could just stop it at the 5.
Oh, Arrow.
But because like most of these, from what I'm reading, they do very much the same thing. The only differences is like Corvus,
Pixel or Lineage.
even not really Pixel. Pixel they do very similar things where like they change the aesthetic of it of
Yeah.
the OS,
Mhm.
and like every now and then some of them say like, oh, we worked out some of the kinks that some other Android OS have. Like for example, even in Corvus, like I said, they somehow manage the way you play games better so that you won't heat up your phone. According to them, I don't know how well that is. What else? Evolution says that it removes certain features from the ROM as features were not that useful and were slowing down the system. But like,
At the end of
or
the
even
day,
here with the Revenge, it says that it just keeps the core essentials to keep the system lightweight and clutter free. But for the most part, they all do like very similar things.
But out of all of this, all of these operating systems, right? My main question is this one:
No.
why or how? No, why/how would the hardware on older Android phones become obsolete? These are two answers that came up for me. The loss of third-party support, like Lineage, remember? It used to be another name, and it switched. And then hardware restraints. I found that like there's some minimum requirements that operating systems need. May that be memory or specific data transfer rates that the obsolete phone can't physically handle anymore. You can tweak it from here until Kingdom Come, but at the end of the day, it wouldn't be the same Lineage OS or Pixel experience. It would be something else that would make it different in order for you to run it on that quote unquote obsolete system. And I find that interesting. That's why I tip my hat to all those programmers that try to support those systems and all those people that are risking. I mean, this is something that you find on people that either are curious or are, I'm gonna keep it simple, are broke in the sense that they can't buy an iPhone or a top of the line Samsung. Like for example, for me and my family, I bought my mom an A70, and the operating system on that one is pretty good, but it's not the same thing as the Galaxy or the Note series. Yeah, that's what caught my attention for these. And I find it kind of scary. Like you're gonna risk and if you're running on a budget, your only phone. So you gotta make sure you do all of that research so that you don't mess it up. And it's kind of cool, but scary.
I mean, have you ever used any of these?
I've used skins. That's as far as I'm willing to go. Nothing else.
I think I've used some of them, but I don't really see
the Pixel experience. I think you said, right?
Yeah, and I didn't really see any big improvement. Jason, have you ever used one of these on your phone?
Let's ask this question, Jason. Are you an Android user or an iPhone user?
I'm a Pixel user.
Android,
So
yeah,
Android, yeah. I personally prefer Android because I've never had an iPhone, but I've had an iPod, and like the lack of the amount of restrictions they placed on what you can and can't do really is not my kind of thing when I want to customize my phone to the way I want it to be. So that's why I like Android, because it allows me to do so without any, huge restrictions or having to jump over huge hurdles, I mean, it's fairly much more simpler to flash a custom ROM onto your Android than it would be to do it on your iPhone, because they try to make sure it's as impossible as can be, So I just prefer the ability to make my phone the way I want it to be instead of it being custom made for me, because I'm not into the one shoe fits all. I'm more of a get your own shoe that fits your size. I guess.
But yeah, have you ever used any ROMs?
I think you guys are cutting off a little bit, but if I heard correctly, if I have used any custom ROMs, I've done so on my iPod Touch 4 and my iPod Touch 5. No, not on my iPod Touch 5. That was way too more expensive to do some of that. But I did that. I quote unquote jailbroke my iPod Touch 4, so I could do when I move the tiles, it does a spinny rotation, which is pretty cool.
Animations. Oh.
Exactly. The transition that it does. So I did that for that. Other than that, with Pixel, they have it so where it's minimal bloatware, and they're pretty efficient in the background, which I like. So I won't have much more slopes, because I used to have OnePlus 3, and then I moved to a OnePlus 6.
I have the OnePlus 3T.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the OnePlus 3T, the gunmetal color too. I had that, and I don't know, for me, after a while, I guess I try to use my phone to the fullest as well. So by the time I was switched on to my new phone, the thing was running very slowly. So I don't know, maybe I did too much crazy stuff with it. But the phone with the phone I have right now, I don't need to do any of this stuff because I already like the experience I'm getting from it, from the Google Pixel OS.
Which Google Pixel you have?
I have the Google Pixel 3a, so it's the more affordable version, than the Pixel 3. which has like the same, almost the same exact camera, except it doesn't have like quite a bit of a zoom or wide lens. But it's pretty much a really great smartphone for an affordable price, you know. So that's why I like it.
Any final thoughts, Oswald? Nope. So I think you know what time it is, Jose. Go with the intro, please.
I gotta find it.
Hold up, I need to give you full. No, go with it. I'll leave the beat running in the background.
Are we still recording?
Maybe.
Yes, we are.
Nope.
Wrong
that's
one.
not it.
Wrong
I
one.
see an intro. Oh, segment intro.
V3.
Oh, whoops.
Salutations, Marcos here. This is a message to all the listeners out there. There are links in the show notes for our Twitter, email, and even show notes. Any questions or ideas for the podcast can be sent via these links. Now, back to our regularly scheduled podcast.
There is no
Whoops.
V3.
No, look, it's there. It's there.
There's intro V2, V1, but there's no V3. Yours V3?
Yeah.
I'm positive.
Yes.
Intern. I'm just gonna go with V2. I don't know. Let's skip the intro.
I got it. I got it. I'm sorry, music. You're gonna have to go away. They'll be back. I swear. Where's
Oh, found it because you said literally V3.
yeah.
One more thing.
Like you cut G?
There you go.
And that's the start of the anime segment.
That is a very interesting soundbite intro, I must say. Wow. Thought I was gonna hear the world for a second.
Oh, you
but-
want that? Hold up.
Oh no, I was maybe not.
Rewind.
Hey, wait, hold up.
Yes. Oh my god.
Oh, you want that one too?
You want
Oh no. No.
Oh, you want that one too?
Stop.
Hold up, I gotta find that one. Ah, here it is.
Yo. Go ahead, Mr. Joester. Jesus
Mr.
Christ.
Joester.
Darby. Oh god. I just finished part 3, so
Hey.
it took me quite a while. I mean, not gonna. If you want to be straight up with you,
Oh my god!
yeah, you're gonna say, "Oh my god," because I didn't think it was that great.
Oh no.
Yeah,
A lot
I
of
didn't.
people love it.
Well, I don't know. Seeing the same thing happen literally 26 times for
Yeah.
each part 1 and part 2 episode kind of drained me out, especially if it's all just doing the same thing.
Nice.
It wasn't that nice, Joseph. It wasn't that nice. Part 2, though, Battle Tendency was
That was
the best. I started watching part 4, and that's pretty good. So I'd rank that second. Part 3, I would rank it third, because at least it had something going on, because part 1 was like very dull, in my opinion.
You might not like part 5 because they kind of do the same thing.
Oh god. Part 4 though, I really like because they have so much more unique scenarios as to why they're fighting the people that they do. So it's not just like, oh, we must stop you from going to Egypt to fight Dio.
So do you touch Josuke's hair or what?
No, you can't. Well,
No.
you can't mess that up. I don't want to get mad at me like that. Jesus Christ, no.
just to beat you up and then repair you. Like we'll do it again.
To do it again, yeah, I don't want to feel that. So no, I would not.
I appreciate
Oh, no.
tip my hat that you
Watch-
watched the
Jojo,
JoJo.
Yeah.
So I wanna update my stances on these animes of Black Clover. I mean, not the only what, the dungeon that I can only enter. The
no.
boonies
no.
one, and Jujutsu Kaisen. I finally saw My Best Friend, and it was awesome.
best. I still laugh when he just starts crying after he gave his answer. He's like, my best friend.
And you start crying.
So wait, Jason, have you watched Jujutsu Kaisen?
Okay, I haven't watched any of the anime that you guys list off currently. I have not delved too much into the anime world where like I can say anything that is very popular I've seen, other than maybe one anime. Everything else is like fairly well known.
Well, you don't have to watch the ones delisted. Like, I mean, Black Clover, you probably should, but Jujutsu Kaisen is a brand new anime that came out past 2 seasons. And the scene we're specifically talking about is where the main character is fighting like this ultra buff guy, but he has morals for some reason. And he, in the beginning, he's like asked his teammates, he's like, what do you find in a woman to be attractive? He's like, what are you talking about? Shut up, we're doing something. He's like, oh, you guys disappoint me. And then he asked the main character,
I'll kill you.
And then he asked the main character, and the main character, as they're fighting, mind you, they're thrashing each other up, and in the mid fight, he's like, wait, what do you find attractive in a girl? He goes, well, this is his quotes. He's like, maybe more like a girl with like a big ass, like Jennifer Lawrence,
and long legs.
And this guy has an epiphany. He recreates like a flashback to them in high school.
Life.
Yeah, that doesn't exist. And it's just them like living their high school life, just like being the best of friends. And the next scene is literally him crying. He's like just before, he's like, my best friendo. And this guy just like claims him as his best friend. Here on
Mind you, this guy is a genius, if you will.
Yeah, he's like one of the best fighters in their school. Well, in that school he's in.
He says that he allegedly has a 500 IQ.
Allegedly, I don't know about that.
I'm gonna press X, but still, it's anime.
Press X for that. Yeah, well, what anime other than JoJo? What other anime have you been up to date with?
I just recently caught up with the latest season of Attack on Titan. I was actually behind where I didn't watch the second part of season 3, but I recently caught up to like from that to the first part of season 4 because I know they're gonna have the second part.
No, I read the ending
later.
It kind of blew me away.
Oh, okay.
Like a giant titan.
Yeah. Oh, no spoilers. No spoilers. But yeah, so I caught up on that. I mean, I've seen like quite a few other animes. Like my favorite one that I've ever watched was Alchemist, and Brotherhood was really good too.
I know, right? Right, Mr. J?
No.
What? What do you mean?
I never watched Full Metal.
I would recommend. It was pretty good, you know. I mean, other ones I've watched were like Samurai Champloo, what is it called? Cowboy Bebop. I watched some of that. But then I also watched your like One Punch, you know, your Death Note. I watched the first season of Sword Art. I did not want to watch any more.
What
was that? But yeah, so I watched all that, you know, the ones that people recommend when you're first starting. Yeah. But yeah, so right now I'm trying to finish JoJo's season 4, which I very much enjoy compared to the rest of the other seasons, excluding part 2.
Do you know that they announced a part 5?
You mean part 6?
Part 6, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna have Jotaro's daughter or something like that, yeah. I think. But
I forgot her name. It's another Joe. I forgot her name.
I just need to actually listen to Giorno's theme in an actual episode, not just from a meme. So I need to change that.
It's actually kind of fun. I mean, it's gonna be very similar with how like Jotaro was, where like, you know, when he's about to like go star platinum on someone. Yeah, how like there's a like it's gonna be that basically. But it's kind of funny, some of them.
So yeah, I'm excited to watch that. But right now, Josuke, he's a pretty good character, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
he's very much more filled out like Joseph than Jotaro and Jonathan was, because I felt like Jotaro and Jonathan, they're both very one note. Jonathan was a very good two shoes. Jotaro was like, oh, I'm too cool to care throughout the whole entire thing. Like, he didn't even cry for his mom. He called her stupid, you know. I was like, oh, okay, this is the type of guy. But, you know, Josuke? Wait, what?
What about
Joseph?
Joseph, yeah.
Joseph, he and Jotaro, Josuke, I like, because they both are like, they're very dynamic characters. So like Joseph, he's a guy who's like in the first season 2, he would be a person who, like, you know, he's very cocky. He'd be willing to lie and cheat, but he does most of the things he does in good spirit, you know. So he's willing to like break the rules, but he does it in a good way, instead of just being like, oh, I'm good, so I only can do good. No, he's willing to get his hands a little dirty.
So wait, do you know like the most famous Joe move?
Which one?
Josar move?
Which one? The
most
running
famous
away
one? Yeah.
Running away? Yeah.
The one I think all of them is done.
Yeah, like he's not just like, oh, I have to defeat these guys, by battle. He's like,
I'm out,
peace.
bye.
Peace. So I like that, and Josuke too, he's like a high schooler kid, but also at the same time, it's like he's willing to handle himself, but he's also like pretty chill too. He's not just like, I have to fight evil or I'm too cool and I'm just gonna kick your ass. So I like that there's a little bit more to the characters.
I think Marcos' favorite part was the Pillar Man.
Oh, the Pillar Man, that song hits hard. Oh my god.
Poof.
Yeah. If you don't like what about Stronheim? What's your opinion on him?
What's your thought?
The robot that was a particular German soldier during a particular era.
I like
Pre-robotic and post-robotic.
Yeah.
I like to think he saved the 2 kids that he sacrificed. Like, okay, if somebody here sacrifices himself to save the entire squad of people in prison, they'll go free. And then one little kid, I'll do it as long as my little brother's, safe. And the guy looks at him, grab him and his little brother. Everybody else is farther.
Oh god.
Like he said, that little kid is man enough than anyone in that whatever thing.
Yeah, the group of people.
Yeah, that scared me. Like,
I mean, I just like them. Huh? Oh, I just like them because of the way he said Speedwagon. That's the best. That's the correct way to pronounce the Speedwagon.
It's not wagon, it's wagon.
Wagon.
So wait, if you watch One Punch, would you ever watch did you watch Mob Psycho?
I have no idea what that is. The most obscure anime I have watched is a random anime that's was one season long called Aku no Hana, I think it was called, The Flowers of Evil. That's the most obscure thing I've ever watched. And other than that, I haven't watched anything close to people not really knowing what it is.
No, Mob Psycho 100 is it's very similar to One Punch. They're made by the same person.
Yeah.
Except that he's the ultra powerful. What's it? Psychokinetic, something like that. Psychic, yeah. But it's more down to earth because the main character is a high schooler.
Oh, okay.
And he's already the best in psychic power, but
there's no one beating.
He's not the strongest in anything else, so he wants to improve everything else.
But if you're looking at a dynamic character, you should watch Konosuba. That's a big meme. I don't know if did you watch that? I don't know if you mentioned that.
I did not. No.
What's Konosuba mean again?
I forgot, but it's
Something
a great anime. It's an isekai. I don't know if you heard of those. It's basically a reincarnation anime, but it's a big comedy / edgy.
Not a rom-com.
No, it's not a rom-com for sure. So I don't know if you heard of isekais, but isekais are known to have the main character being overly powerful. This is one of the few that are not. And he doesn't get he doesn't start off overly powerful. He doesn't become overly powerful. He's just human. He's living. And it's the funniest thing. He gets into these work. You remember what his sword was called?
The one that he stole and sold off.
No, the one that he named.
No.
Oh, not him. Megumin named it.
No.
It was Chun Chun. Oh, they're so funny. He's stop calling it that.
That's the movie, I think, right?
No, I think it's a series. I don't remember. No, it wasn't a movie for sure because that's where.
Still haven't.
That's
seen
the weird translating there.
There's the cave thing. I don't know what's the cave thing about.
There's the darkness arc when he met her family.
She's a
crusader, but she turns out to be a noble.
That's sadist. That's a sadist.
It's a masochist. Yeah.
Masochist?
Yeah. And then a goddess that's terrible.
Yeah. You gotta watch it. I just can't have enough of it.
Alright, I'll put on the bucket list, and yeah.
If it's one that I would recommend to the top, just one, Konosuba would be the one.
Alright.
Extremely funny.
I'll hold you to your word, and if it's not, then I'll be coming back on the podcast to tell you how disappointed I am.
I mean, it is. The only thing is that it is pervy.
Oh, it is.
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
Not really.
I mean, I stopped watching the first 15 minutes of School Days after there was a scene where they got pushed against the chain fence, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to watch this. So if you mean that pervy,
well, no, not that.
Yes.
I mean, it's not a recurring thing.
School Days because it was too pervy.
I stopped after 10 minutes. I was like, I'm not doing this.
It's not that to the extent, but this guy this guy stole some girl's panties.
Oh,
like SpongeBob the panty raid?
Yeah, but it wasn't on purpose. It was like he was trying to take something, but it ended up being that.
That's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Wonderful, he says.
But
Yeah,
then again,
here's a ton of
there's also moments where it's like he gets eaten by like, oh no, Aqua gets eaten, and like, oh, we gotta take her out.
And Megami.
And Megami, yeah. But yeah.
So, Alan, if you would recommend Jason one anime besides, we have Konosuba. We agree, Jose and I agree that Konosuba is up there, the one. Which one would be for you?
I don't know. I would like to ask Jason if there's anything in particular that he likes. If there's a genre that.
I like a story. I like a good story. So, like I was telling these guys already, like part 3 of JoJo's, I did not like because it was literally the same thing happening over and over again. So, if there's a story and there's a development of characters, then I will enjoy it much more than I would than a series that's very repetitive.
Okay, so this season that just ended, there was an isekai, and it's based off a light novel, I believe. And as far as the name goes, if I can find the name real quick on my phone, that has a really interesting story. You can say that it's a repetitive, I guess, story in the sense of like the tropes, but the story is uniquely its own. It's called Musho Tensei, I believe.
Okay.
Mushoku Tensei. That's what it's called. So basically, it's called translated jobless reincarnation. So if you like story, I think that's a really good one to pick up on. As far as story goes, you'll see like sadistic, kind of wigged out type of personality the main character has, where he gets isekai from the world where he lives a really crappy life, very much a degenerate, and he basically gets a second chance in a different body, and he goes through life learning certain things that he needed to learn when he was in his previous life, and he kind of gets knocked the wind out of him a couple of times in a metaphorical sense and physical sense, and you see the amount of growth the character goes through, and how all in all, just the pieces of the puzzle and story just work really wonderfully, and it progresses story really nicely to the point where you want to keep watching it to see where it goes. Maybe the first episode, maybe the first episode, maybe 2 episodes, it might seem like a slow pickup, but after those 2 episodes are established, you start seeing that they're just world building, and it's marvelous, like at least for me, and I would highly recommend that's anime as far as story goes. If there's another one that I could recommend to you that's maybe a little less story. I don't know. I don't know if you like romantic comedies or anything like rom-coms, or if you like slice of life or anything like that.
Depends on how good it is.
I mean, but we can say that about anything. It depends how good it is.
I mean, I'm really open to like a lot of different genres. It's like
Cool DxD.
Oh, I don't know about that, but
Yeah.
I might be open, but not that open. But like, no, I do watch much more film and television, and I've watched a whole bunch of like various dramas, like genres of like different things. Like today I went to watch like King Kong versus Godzilla. I'm more of a person who enjoys like just like a story like drama or something like that. This was just a cheesy like monster fight movie, and I enjoyed that as well because it did what it was supposed to do. So like it really doesn't matter the genre. Like I like comedies, but I also like thriller. As long as it's good at what it does what it's supposed to, then I'll take a chance at it.
As long as you are entertained.
Exactly.
Okay, so then maybe you might like this other anime. I recommend that you watch it. There's 2 seasons. It's translated in English to My Youth Romantic Comedy is Wrong as I Expected. So it's basically shortened to Snafu.
Okay.
So that might be your cup of tea if you like drama, if you like that type of like rom-com type of scenario with like a splash of like a very slice of life, but like very not psychological, but just the sometimes the situations people actually go through in life, just placed in or reimagined in anime form. That might be something you might like. So though I think that's for me. Those are the two I would recommend to you as far as anime go. I mean, if you want something a little more mindless where you can just shut off your brain and just watch it and either get good laugh, kick or giggle, maybe it might be the quintessential quintuplets, or maybe Rent a Girlfriend or Arifueta if you want to see something with a little more action, and still have some sort of storyline to it. So that might be something you might want to see. Definitely, if you want to see something a little more on the shonen side, maybe you want to watch what's it called, Dr. Stone.
Getting stoned by Dr. Stone.
Getting stoned with Dr. Stone, absolutely. I think that might be something you might want to watch. I mean, something that I personally like that maybe it might be a little under the radar for some other people, was World Trigger. So World Trigger already has 2 seasons, and I think world building there, story-wise, it's really nice. The art in the actual anime might be a little, maybe a little simple, but it's still really good. To me, the story progressed really nicely, and the amount of world building that they're doing in that anime is really extensive. It deals with basically parallel universes to a certain extent, so that might be something you might enjoy as far as world building story. But yeah, those are the ones I would recommend. Maybe there's something that you might like in one of those picks that I have.
Okay. I do like various recommendations because once I am done with the shows I do watch, I do like to venture out into new journeys. So these are definitely ones that do sound interesting. Maybe you're just a better salesman who can sell me a slice of life that will probably be the worst thing I've ever watched, but it could also be something that's very entertaining. So I will make sure to watch it when I can.
If you want something that'll never end, you always watch One Piece.
Oh God, I'm not trying to watch like 500 episodes plus of that. I'm pretty good.
500, he says.
500. Oh God.
That's like half.
Mr. Oda.
Half? Jesus.
That's not even half.
No, that is half.
Oh.
I think the first one I mentioned, the Mushoku Tensei.
The Doubleless Reincarnation.
Yeah, the art on that one, like for me, it's like you're watching an actual movie, but it made into actual like episodic type of season. So personally, like as far as animation quality goes, I think that's one of the best that I've seen as of late or as of recent. And the other ones have pretty good animation quality, but maybe with Arifueta you might get a little bit of the CG.
Arifueta? Really?
Yeah, you might have a little CG type of scenes where it might look a little off, but I think the story is strong enough to carry it.
Yeah.
As far as the My Teen Romantic Comedy, I think it's very much like one of those things where it's very, you could tell it's a very rom-com type of anime, and you'll get like those wisps of like sakura blowing in the air, like the like really romantic beautiful scenes like by the sea or something like that, or very quaint like corner of the school classroom or something like that. So you'll have those type of scenes in that type of show. So those again I recommend, where you have some sort of episodic type of episodes where you're like, yeah, let me go to the next one. I just want to keep watching it until I'm done with the season or whatnot. So yeah, I mean, if there's any other that you might want to, or genre that you might be interested in, yeah, definitely at least get back at us, and we'll try to fulfill that need.
Yeah, this just confirms Jason has to come in to tell us more about his anime endeavors.
It was never an if. It was never an if, but a when I return.
The other two that I recommend would be My Hero Academia. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I've seen that, yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I watched it dubbed, sadly, and that kind of ruined the experience for me because I did not.
Yes.
Told you.
I did not like the dub. I really didn't. So I stopped after the first few episodes of the second season. I'm like, I'm not interested in
Is it
this.
too corny, or what did you?
It was just it wasn't bad, but it was just like I feel like it could have done more, but it was like, I don't know, for what it was doing, I was just like, oh, okay, they're probably gonna do this and they do that, and then they're probably gonna do this and they do that, It was almost like JoJo's, where it's like, the first episode the anime is gonna win, and the second episode JoJo is gonna kick their ass. So
that has to do with the language then, not the script itself.
That too, though. I didn't like the dub, and so it soured my taste. But like the actual story itself, I was just like, it is what it is. The only person who was like interesting to me was Todoroki.
Oh, his
Yeah.
backstory.
That's
Yeah.
a good point.
Backstory is gonna be it's good. I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah. Oh,
Ah.
that one is Steins Gate, the other one that I
Oh
recommend.
no.
Oh, I heard that. I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that definitely.
There's a lot
So-
of love development, a lot of memes.
But yeah, thank you for the recommendation, guys. I will definitely have to get back to you guys on those.
Definitely.
But yeah,
You'll
so
be seeing them
finally.
just sitting in a dark room and a flashlight that comes in
No.
like Dennis.
Okay.
No, but I finally found the name of the sword from Kazuma, Marcos.
What's the name?
Chunchun Maru.
Chinchimaro?
Yeah.
Along the lines of Kuma 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 Bear. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it turns out it's a meaning behind it. Chunchun is basically what you think a bird sounds like. And Maru means
okay.
circle.
So it's an onomatopoeia kind of like.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay.
I like that.
Chun.
Chunchun Maru is. That's what she's basically repeating.
But I mean, does she get any real character development, like in the anime? No, right?
I mean, I think in the movie.
In the movie,
What about
Yeah.
the manga?
obviously, like novel manga, she would definitely get some sort of.
She becomes a regular person.
I mean, she's able to do 1.5 explosions now.
That's great. Wait, did any of you mention Shield Hero to Jason?
Oh
No.
no.
I mean, that might be an interesting. Maybe.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, also I heard that for Dr. Stone, I heard that it gets a lot better
In
later
manga?
on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
manga.
I mean, anime-wise, in the second season, they did kind of like they accomplished one thing, and it led to a kind of like a cliffhanger where it left
Yeah.
off. So I was pretty pumped and excited to see what's next, for the next one. But again, me personally, besides the Doctor Stone one, or for a third season, pushing for third season, I hope, is that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Like I've been
Yeah.
reading in the manga. That is like that's world building. Like
It gets good.
like the tiers in it, it's almost like I would put it on the same, maybe not the same level, but like for me, I find it a little bit more interesting and whimsical than Overlord. And
No.
Overlord is good.
Yeah.
I enjoy it, but I think I am enjoying that time I got reincarnated as a slime a little bit better.
I wish just across. I
Like
wish it
just
was
for the
cross.
amount of like characters that are popped up in the manga. Like I'm really
No,
enjoying
yeah,
it.
same thing with the Doctor Stone. Because, like,
Yeah, no, Doctor Stone, don't
uh,
get me wrong. That's
because the
something
guy I heard it from, he's like, he's read a lot of manga. I heard it from a podcast. And he's like, I would easily put it over One Piece.
What?
really,
Yeah,
wow.
he put it over One Piece as a, even for the manga.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, not the anime,
Well,
the manga.
I mean, I guess people it got monotonous with One Piece because it's been going on for such a long time. I mean,
Almost
Yeah.
30 years.
yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if people said they got something that's a lot more fire than One Piece at this point.
But no one beats Boa Hancock.
No One Piece.
Man.
She's the main girl.
Oh, that's your waifu?
Just saying, no.
Oh, we finally discovered who Marcus's waifu is. That's great, buddy.
If you were to describe Boa Hancock, Josue to Jason and Ali, to Jason, how would you describe her?
Very, very nice.
I think it's like the quintessential like anime girl, like really
Like this.
crazily disproportioned, like long
Like
legs,
that.
big boobs, and like
Oh,
the
and a big
smallest,
ass.
yeah, big ass and the smallest waist ever.
Yeah.
That would be my best friend. No?
My
I guess
best
so.
friend, though.
Maybe if you wife her up, like
Sanji would be, though.
yeah, he would fight you to the death for her.
Yeah. He would fight for any
Any
girl.
female,
Any,
yeah.
any hot
Any
girl.
female.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
No, any hot girl,
yeah, that's true.
basically.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. There's no denying that.
Yes. But yeah, I think that's good.
So I think it's a good
Ending
place
point.
to call it for this recording. Thank you, Jason, for coming in.
Got
It's a
any last
pleasure.
words?
I'll see you guys next time when I'm here
On Dragon Ball Z.
on the next episode.
No, just say
He's
it.
like, will he transform or will he not? We'll see.
We'll see in the next 5 episodes because that's all it's
Yes.
gonna hold on for till we find out.
And definitely, when you come back on the show next time, please give us an update on the actual shows you were able to complete, and if you want to like go through a little rating system of what you thought you enjoyed the most, and we'll go from there, I guess.
If
All
anything,
right.
I'll email Josue a list of anime, and then you will compare, notes.
Okay, sounds good then.
Yeah, maybe you can come back with
With the
with
J.
Mr. J squared.
Oh, I would love to.
J
But
cubed.
maybe that's too many J's to like handle at the same time. So I don't know about that, but
Like,
we'll
And
see.
we have J.
And Mr. J.
Yeah.
System
Well,
corrupted.
yeah, we might have an overflow, guys. We gotta be careful.
Leakage.
Yeah, we're gonna glitch into the matrix if we try to do that. Don't cross the stream, boys. Don't cross the stream.
Don't crush. But yeah, alright.
Okay, thank you,
Marcos?
everyone, for coming in. This is Marcos Lopez.
This is Alan.
This is me, Mr. J.
And
This has been Jason.
Jason.
J-san.
And thank you one more time for coming in and listening to the Life Tech and Sundry podcast. Peace.
Hi there. Thank you for tuning in to the LTS Podcast. All the notes and more can be found in the description. By the way, we have a social media page where content is posted regularly. Feel free to reach out at us through there or via email. Both are found in the description. When you support the show, we have a merch store where you can buy an item that you like. If buying merch is not your thing and you just want to support the show directly, we also have links to those too, if you'd like. Thank you. Also, every comment is really appreciated. Credits in the description as well. Peace.